I totally applaud what Caitlin Clark is doing. She's putting the WNBA first. She's saying, yo, we matter first to me. We should matter first to the ladies. I'll make an argument. Considering the lackluster effort the NBA players have been given during All-Star Weekend, they should matter more, period.
Steph Smith's scathing critique of Caitlin Clark's NBA three-point contest rejection is not only timeless, it's revolutionary. When Caitlin decided to play in the WNBA rather than the NBAL, ESPN's first take went viral.
Caitlin Clark, in her decision, I not only respect it, but I wholeheartedly support it. You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1. And most importantly, I think people look at this and think she said no. That's not the case. She said she wants her first competition to be an Indy at WNBA All-Star, which to me is huge. People don't see the numbers below. Like the economic impact, 36 million she drove to Indianapolis just by showing up as a rookie and making history.
Never one to keep back his thoughts, Stephen A. Smith recently shared his thoughts on Caitlin Clark's refusal to accept an invitation to the NBA three-point contest. The ESPN personality made it apparent that he not only admires, but also fully supports Clark's decision to put the WNBA ahead of a single NBA appearance. He cited his belief that Clark's dedication to the league that drafted her is exactly what women's basketball needs at this time. Caitlin
Clark's NBA All-Star three-point decision has made some waves. It's got people talking. And I think it really, is a testament to her motion and her star power and the way she uses her power. I mean, I've done a previous video on this.
With her record-breaking performances at Iowa, Clark, the first overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, has already established herself as the face of women's basketball and garnered unprecedented attention for the league. Many people thought that her participation in the NBA's All-Star Weekend event would have revolutionized women's basketball, but Clark declined, preferring to focus on making an immediate impact in the WNBA.
There are other people that can use that spotlight to compete as well. So I think Caitlin, she moves because she knows people follow her no matter where she goes, and she's very strategic about dictating where her value is.
Stephen not only supported her choice, but he also applauded it right away, emphasizing that although the NBA's offer was historic, Clark's main duty is to elevate the WNBA rather than act as a show for the NBA. Smith continued by saying that women's basketball has been growing and that Clark's participation in the WNBA is essential to maintaining that growth. Although the NBA's invitation was well-meaning, it might have conveyed the incorrect idea that a female basketball star's greatest moment had to occur on an NBA stage rather than in her own league. Smith emphasized that rather than serving as guests in a men's league, the WNBA needs its players to shine on their own.
The fact of the matter is, the kind of stuff that's happening and has been happening over the last few months is because of Caitlin Clark.
An additional key, the timing of the WNBA season was brought up, and Clark's participation in the NBA game might have diverted attention from her main objective of dominating the league rather than dividing her attention. By giving her all to her team and the WNBA, she is making sure that her debut season isn't overshadowed by unrelated events.
You know what the biggest reason is? Y'all freaking care. You care. You can't look at an audience and give them the proverbial middle finger.
It's true.
That's what the NBA players have done to All-Star Weekend. That's what they've done. There's no getting around this. It's a travesty. The league, I'm telling you right now, if the league wouldn't do it, I'm at a point where if they don't show, again, I'm not saying anything should be required, but a little more effort. Just compete with each other, not like a regular season game. Act like you're playing in the summertime, just working out. Give that kind of effort. If you can't do that, I don't think the fans should show up. I think the league should cancel an All-Star Week.
Smith's position supports the expanding movement to promote women's sports on their own terms. Historically, female athletes have frequently been praised for their achievements in men's sports, but Smith's position represents a change in thinking that the WNBA doesn't require NBA approval but rather investment, star power, and dedication from players like Clark, who can contribute both talent and attention to the league.
Wow.
You know what's interesting? Stephen A? The points that you bring up highlight how the WNBA for basketball fans has become a destination.
From breaking college records to selling out WNBA arenas, Clark's presence has given the league an unparalleled level of attention and sparked talks that weren't previously taking place. Clark's influence cannot be denied. Smith underlined that Clark's impact extends beyond ticket sales and viewership, as she changed the discourse on women's basketball and made it a popular subject on all sports platforms. According to Smith, the WNBA has experienced a significant surge in interest as a result of Caitlin Clark's performances, which have attracted enormous audiences and broken ratings records.
People are starting to appreciate the women's game for that approach because we understand what's at stake in this moment. And for Caitlin Clark to have the awareness to drive the eyeballs there, you have to give her so much credit.
Her refusal to accept the NBA's offer to compete in the three-point contest, which some perceived as a lost chance for cross-league publicity, was one of the major events that strengthened her dedication to the league. Clark stated unequivocally that the WNBA's decision is her top concern. Received a lot of accolades, especially from ESPN's Chini Ogum. After Clark declined the NBA's offer, Mickey, a former WNBA player and pundit who has long supported Clark's journey, has continuously shown appreciation for Clark's game by applauding her skill set and competitive spirit. UAM Mickey praised her in public for making the correct decision.
As a rookie, she was the most blitzed player in the WNBA, and she still put up 19, 5, and 8 assists, breaking, like you said, the assist record. To be able to do that as a rookie in the face of that much defensive pressure, should have been unanimous.
Should have been. I agree.
Support for Clark is not new. Even during her historic college career, she saw that she had the ability to change the WNBA game. Now, Clark is demonstrating this by attracting fans, media attention, and general enthusiasm that is increasing the league's profile. Someone check on her.
Someone check on Adam Silver because Caitlin Clark just big-timed the NBA. She said, nah, I'm good on the three-point contest. You know how we were all speculating that it was going to be Steph Curry and Klay Thompson versus Sabrina and Caitlin Clark? Well, Shams just reported that Caitlin Clark will not participate in the NBA All-Star Special three-point shootout in San Francisco and wants her first three-point contest to be at WNBA All-Star in Indianapolis this summer. 7 months in advance, she confirmed she'll be in that WNBA three-point shootout. If an NBA player wants to go up against her, then they're gonna have to go to Indy.
Stressing that Clark's choice was a turning point in her understanding of the assignment, he stated that the WNBA doesn't need to follow the NBA's lead. Instead, its stars should take center stage. Smith's position supported the notion that the WNBA should succeed internally rather than by depending on men's basketball approval. The statistics support this claim, as since Clark joined the league, merchandise sales have increased dramatically, television ratings have increased, and social media activity related to the league has hit all-time highs.
It is a good situation. I actually like what Caitlin Clark's doing. I really do. She actually basically told the NBA no. How much clout do you have to tell the NBA no?
With Clark spearheading a new era of WNBA popularity, observers like Smith and AUA acknowledge that this momentum is a turning point for women's basketball. Clark's ability to attract both die-hard basketball fans and casual viewers has been a significant boost. With Mike's backing for that change, the league is well-positioned to achieve unprecedented success. Not everyone was on board with the excitement at the beginning of Caitlin Clark's WNBA career, but the impact is real, and it's only getting started. One of the critics who questioned whether Clark had actually established herself in the league was ESPN analyst Molly Kerm. Kerm even implied that Clark's early spotlight was more about her name than her skill, even going so far as to suggest that she was making fun of the WNBA by getting so much attention before establishing herself on the professional scene.
People aren't going to tune in to watch Caitlyn sit the bench, and they're certainly not going to tune in if she just so happens to be needed on the court and more minutes are required of her. I know she will do her best. I know she's talented, but she's not strong enough and she doesn't have enough experience.
Fast forward to, and every single doubt has been allayed by Clark, who has not only met but surpassed expectations. Her leadership, on-court exploits, and capacity to raise the league's profile have demonstrated that she is more than simply a name. She is a generational talent. Now that she is in a position of influence, Clark is making decisions that not only impact her career, but also shape the direction of the WNBA. Rather than using the NBA's platform for exposure, she chose to stay focused on the WNBA and prioritize her league over a one-time event, which is a level of power and influence few rookies, if any, have ever had. Clark's presence has resulted in record-breaking attendance, jersey sales, and television ratings, proving that her impact is genuine and indisputable.
This notion that Caitlin Clark is not the face of the WNBA because she isn't the best player is quite honestly ridiculous. Conor McGregor was the face of the UFC. He was not the best fighter. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the NBA, but nobody says he's the face of the NBA. Being the best doesn't automatically give you the title as the face of the league. It's who moves the needle, who's marketed to the audience, who are they coming to see, who drives the conversation surrounding your sport. All the numbers and metrics point to one direction, and that direction is Caitlin Clark, and it's not.
The decision was made to support the WNBA and demonstrate that the league merits recognition on its own terms, not only to decline an NBA offer. A clear message was conveyed by Clark's choice. The NBA is not necessary for the WNBA to have legitimacy. Clark's justification for turning down the deal is even more astounding given that the league is expanding due in large part to its own players.
Let's look to day 2 of opening night on Saturday, May 17th. Of course, you guys, we have the Indiana Fever going up against the Chicago Sky. The WNBA saw what happened last season. There is still this, what I like to think is a manufactured rivalry, because I don't personally think this Angel Reese Caitlin Clark rivalry is going to last much longer. I don't think it's great for either one of them, and I think that we saw last season in this Rookie of the Year race that Caitlin pulled away quickly.
Clark's journey from being discredited by analysts like KM to becoming one of the most influential figures in women's basketball is remarkable. She is demonstrating that she is more than just a media sensation. Rather, she is a legitimate superstar who is changing the game. Her impact goes beyond individual success. The WNBA is benefiting from her presence in ways that critics never could have predicted, and she continues to demonstrate her commitment to the sport with each game, moving from being questioned to now dictating its direction.